Welcome back to the channel everyone, OddOneGaming here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video is going to be a showcase and maybe a guide for some people that are endgame for my Fire Knight 25 team. Since we have the Fire Knight tournament going on and we also have the 2x drops on Savage, this is one of the best times when you should farm the Fire Knight, specifically because Fire Knight, first of all, Fire Knight is the most endgame dungeon to farm from what I've seen from people in the endgame. Like, I'm not the best endgame player, like, I'm slowly creeping up there. But it's definitely the best dungeon to farm in there, and specifically to farm Savage. Savage is the most used gear on your nukers and basically gives you the best damage potential your champions could do. So the team that I'm actually running is a team that I've already had a video with OddOneGaming, basically showcasing, or not showcasing, that was more of a guide of how to build this team, how this team works and all of that. But in the meantime, I have specialized it a little bit more and pushed it to the next level. Let me just get all of the champs out for now. So basically this team obviously revolves around, first of all, Seer, clearing the waves, and then having a lure for controlling the boss's turn meter. And at the same time, the thing that makes it 100% success rate, maybe I have like 1 in a few thousand runs when it actually fails. Like, the only way this team fails for me is if a lure gets like 3% resisted several times, like 2 times in a row. Otherwise, it works fine. I don't think I had a fail once. I think I had only 1 fail, and that was it. Like, no other fail ever since there. So let's start with the legendary first of all. So this is something that I really like and I find extremely funny, is that I only use 1 legendaries, 3 epics, and a rare. You could use, instead of Renegade, you could use a Kymar, but for this type of team specifically, Renegade is better in my opinion. So let's see the champion. So why is Ghostbore so good in this team? Well, the reason why he's so good is because of his A3. There's nobody else that does this in the game the way that he does it. Basically, this one is an unresistible decreased defense. So he will always land the decreased defense, doesn't matter how much accuracy he has. He only does not land it if you go against magic affinity. So he can weak hit, but the decreased defense cannot be resisted. At the same time, he brings an increased attack for all of the team. That's basically 5 buffs for Seer to rip off. At the same time, he has decreased defense on the A1, heal reduction on the A2. That's just like extra damage, and it's not as important. This is the most important part of his kit. Mastery wise, honestly, I didn't even finish his masteries. I only cared about getting War Master on him and Evil Eye. Evil Eye is really important because everybody, when he hits with the A1, he decreases the turn meter for the first time, and we will always hit with the A1 on the Fire Knight. So these are the masteries that I chose to go for him. Let's go through all the masteries actually. The masteries for Seer are this way. These are normally, if you want to go for like highest damage, you would go like this, then you would come to Ruthless Ambush, and then you would come to Flawless Execution for like more crit damage and consistency. Because I pushed this team to the limit, I got my Seer for the War Master. Reason why I want War Master on her as well is because I want to take the boss down faster. That's the only thing. Like, the waves are always 16-20 seconds, and then the boss part is the one that takes longer. So I went down to War Master for extra damage. Kill Streak helps for like getting more damage from killing the waves. And then again on the support tree I took Evil Eye. Reason why I took Evil Eye is, again, she will A1 the boss and she will deplete a little bit of the turn meter, which makes it so reliable with the lure, even if we get a few resists. So as much Evil Eye as we can. Archmage Helmut, same thing. I took him down to Evil Eye. I took him like I got him rapid response. I could have even gotten arcane celerity instead of Swarm Smiter, but I guess this one doesn't help us as much on the Fire Knight. But same principle, Evil Eye and War Master. Allure almost same thing, but for her we got Giant Slayer. For Allure, we don't really, I mean, the Evil Eye doesn't help that much on the boss part because she will always hit in the shield, so that's not gonna change anyway. So mostly we're focusing as much damage and like some masteries that make sense. That makes sense on them to use on other content, but specifically for Fire Knight. Renegade, I 6-starred her as well because again, I wanted another War Master, more damage. I wanted Evil Eye for her 100% because again, more meter control. And I took Cycle of Magic in case instead of Lord of Steel for the little bit of extra chance for her to decrease the cooldown of either her A2 or her A3. So you will see that actually this might help. I mean, you might not see it in this run, but overall you might see that this could come in, you know, pretty handy. Let's check the builds now. So for Renegade, I put her in a shield set. Basically, she's gonna be the only one with the shield set. There's no divine speed or other stuff. And she's running at 3.4k attack, 196 speed, 100% crit rate, 228 crit damage, and 232 accuracy. I would like the accuracy to be around 250, but this is decent enough, it works. She's really useful for the reset, for the sacrificial ritual, and obviously for the 3-hitter on her A2, which also provides us that small decreased speed. For Allure, we only use her for the A1, so the other ones, even though it's booked, I don't really use. I think I open with the A2 and that's it. Then everything else is locked. I run her with 3.6k attack, 298 speed, so it's pretty high speed. I put her this high speed to make sure it's 100% reliable. 148 crit damage, obviously 100% crit rate. You could run it at 85% crit rate, but I put her at 100% as I might use her in other areas. And 308 accuracy. Then Archmage Helmut, he's in an immunity set. Reason why I put him in an immunity set is because I want that extra buff to rip off. He brings us 3 buffs, increased speed, increased crit rate, increased crit damage on all of our champions. Therefore, I could bring the immunity as there's nobody in this team that brings us block debuffs. He's running at 234 speed, 2.9k attack, 100% crit rate, 192 crit damage. Again, I'm trying to do some more damage with him as well. And having 100% crit rate on him helps for his A2 in other areas of the game. Seer, like I showed, she's running War Master, and I'm running her in a Savage at 213 speed, 2.5k attack. It's pretty low. I wish I had better Savage to make it higher. 108 crit rate, 277 crit damage. So this one's pretty high. 277 crit damage without flawless execution. It's pretty decent. It's not the best, but it's pretty good, honestly. And 249 accuracy again for the Evil Eye. Ghostborn, I run Ghostborn again in an immunity because, like I said, because we put her in, we put Seer in War Master, we need as many buffs as we could get for Seer to rip off. So he's an immunity set, 3.7k attack, 241 speed, 100% crit rate, 157 crit damage, and 264 accuracy. Reason why I put a little bit of accuracy on him is not for the A2, but for his A1. This one can be resisted, so basically after we get to the boss part, I want the decreased defense on as soon as possible, so we can do as much damage on the boss as we can. Okay, one thing, like some stuff that could help improve this team is like if I had Blood Shield rings, but like that's my main problem because I do not have Blood Shield rings for Ghostborn, for Allure, or like for one of the Royal Guards. I have to use this team. If I had the Blood Shield rings, I might be able to do that really endgame team that some people use, having instead of Helmut, they have Royal Guard in there for the lead, which is like, I think it's the World Record team. It's like with Royal Guard and with Kymar instead of Renegade. I don't have the champ, so I adapted and I wanted to make a really fast team. So let's go and take it for a spin. Let me show you the presets before we go in there. Obviously it's full auto team, because what's the idea of showcasing a team if it's not full auto? It's not fun, you know. In the lead position, like, you can put whoever, doesn't really matter. I just put Ghostborn because why not? So I made Ghostborn prioritize A1 and A2. Like, you don't necessarily need to do that. I just did it so he does those skills because they do good damage. Nothing on Renegade. Allure, open with the A2, lock A2, lock A3, and I want her only to do A1 after that. Seer, I made her prioritize the Karma Burn because sometimes she doesn't like to use it. She thinks she can unnuke it, so I made her 100% make sure she does this one when it's available, and nothing for helmet. But keep in mind, these are the speeds that I have. 241 for Ghostborn, 234 for helmet, 219 for allure, so allure as fast as you can, like 285 to 90 speed if you can, or upwards. Seer 213 and Renegade 196. I have the speed specifically like this because Seer has the mastery that gives her 18 speed after she kills 3 enemies, which she's gonna do on the first wave. So with that she would be at 231 speed. I want Helmet to still be faster than that, and Ghostborn the same, so it actually works nicely on the first wave. If you had your, let's say you will have a, you had a Blood Shield ring for Renegade, which I could have and use, but that doesn't help my team that much at this point. And you had her faster, you could make her open with the A1. And then she would open for the first one, and then on the second wave, Seer would overlap her. So you'd only make her be a little bit faster than Seer. So after Seer gets speed from her mastery, should overlap and go and basically nuke it, so Renegade doesn't take 2 turns, because you want to have Renegade's A2 to be ready for the boss part. Because it's a 3-hitter, and it's like the boss's shield has 12 hits that needs to be taken down. So enough rambling, let me just move myself to the side here, and let's watch this one run. We will see that the lure opens with the A2. Ghostborn does the irresistible decreased defense, buffs from helmet, nuke, wave 1 down. And now we start A1ing. A2, a little bit of turn meter control and stun, A2, reset, decrease defense again, buffs again, we take it down. As we see, 17, 18 seconds, 20 seconds, and we're at the boss part. So here we see A1 from her, A2, 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 A1, and now Evil Eye 1, Evil Eye 2, Evil Eye 3, Allure goes, and Evil Eye 4. So that's the reason why we want to have Evil Eye on all 4 of the other champions, is in case any of them get resisted or Allure gets resisted, you still have that turn meter control on the boss, so he doesn't get the shield back up. Honestly, if he gets the shield back up and he smacks, like I had some runs, like I think I've seen one today and one a while back. If my Allure and my helmet survive, like I said earlier, I got hit and my Allure and helmet survived, and it was like till over here, the HP of the Fire Knight, and it had the decreased speed from Renegade. I still managed to kill the Fire Knight with just helmet and Allure. Why? Because the reason is like this. We have increased speed from helmet, which makes our Allure that's at 298 go even faster. Let's see what this one sounds bad. So we have the increased speed that makes our Allure that's a 290 go even faster, and having the decreased speed on the boss makes him go slower. After he takes a turn, he drops back to 0. The Fire Knight speed is 100, so therefore, because the Allure goes like at least 3 or 4 times before he gets another go, he doesn't get the shield back up. And it still works. But obviously, you don't want to rely on that. You want to rely on the fact that he never gets the shield back up. After you take it down, you never get it back up. Okay, so I think Ghostborn got to reset, but still, even if he did an A1, everybody else did the A1s, depleted turn meter, and now it's just doing damage there with everybody's War Masters, hoping they proc as soon as we can. We have the decreased defense that keeps going from Ghostborn. We're gonna have the weaken coming from Seer, as we see, so therefore all of our hits are gonna be harder and harder. This team usually runs for me between 1 minute and 6 seconds to 1 minute and like 22, as I saw earlier. I haven't seen it go like later than that. The only time it would go for longer is, like I said, if you get smacked and people die, but that happens extremely rare. And like I said, I only seen this team fail once ever since I finished building it. Look at this, 1 minute and 18 seconds. Like I really enjoy this team. I feel like it's pretty insane time to do on Fire Knight 25 when you think about what you have to do and what you have to bring to this team. And it's really, like I said, it's insanely amazing, the fact that it only requires 1 legendaries, 3 epics, and a rare. So this was the showcase of my Fire Knight 25 team, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about this team, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I will answer as soon as possible. And that will be it for me for this time around. Have a nice rest of your day, guys. Peace, love you all, and take care. Bye, guys.